I needed to make an additional few comments, so I'm calling this part 2. And I'm going to try to see, for less distracted purposes, although I'm in the car, if maybe making this like this and just lacing it with pictures of things that I've been taking pictures of. There is no such thing as should when you're a Christian. Today's gospel, today is May 15th, and it's Saturday. I made another video about today's gospel, and I realized this also links to Jesus explaining why the world hates the Christian. Why are you persecuted? If you go to the cross, you go there because you accept in total faith, in total trust, and in total love the complete and totality of the teachings of Jesus. Jesus founded the church. He left his apostle, his primary, the vicar of Christ, with the keys to the church. And over the centuries, there's no such thing as should. Every heresy that's been battled over the years, and the atheism, the militant atheism that we face now, is all about what the church should be. The world will reject you if you accept in totality the message. And thanks be to God, that's a great thing. If you are rejected by the world, you are right where Jesus says you should be. And that should just means that it's the carrying out of what you do. It's who you are. There's no such thing as should. There only is means what do you do with what has been left with you? The master left you with a sum of money. And he has expected you as his steward to bear fruit. I am so thankful to be able to hear so many priests' homilies for each day. Now, because of Ovid, in this crisis of Ovid, we have the opportunity to experience so many daily gospel homilies, so many weavings of the Holy Spirit speaking directly to you, to me, through the vicar of Christ, through every ordained priest. This is what you do. This is who you are. That's what it means to completely and totally accept it. You cannot completely and totally accept without rejecting anything that's opposed to it. You must accept it in its totality. And what are you accepting? A life of persecution. Years ago, when I was a child, I was a teenager, Rodney King got on television and, tearfully asked, can't we all just get along? Can't we all just get along? And in answer to that, it's no. We could, if the prayers of Jesus were carried out. When Jesus prayed directly to the Father, it was that they be one as you and I are one, as I am in you, that all may be one. But that is constantly rejected. Ay, ay, ay. There's a constant rejection. I've made it many a days. I don't want to get out of bed today. I'm tired. I don't feel like continuing to run. I don't want to do this. I don't want to change another diaper. I don't want to be here. I don't want to hear this. I've done all of those things. I've rejected in part and in whole that which I have done, that which I have failed to do. But when you wake up to the fact that, look, you've just chosen the world, and the world loves its own. But again, you let the dead bury the dead. No man that puts his hand to a plow can plow straight if he's looking behind him. So that's the addendum. What does it mean? I almost overstated the statement and never explained, well, what does it mean? It means exactly what Jesus said it means. This is not about what you should be doing. This is about what you do. St. James also says, you show me your faith without works, and that faith is dead. What do you do with what the Master has left you? That's why I can't give in to any of these things anymore. I'm so overfull of the understanding that was a gift, is a gift. It's just a blessing. It's a grace that the Lord gives to all of us. He hasn't told me the whole way. He hasn't given me a revelation. It's just here. I'm presenting this in its, in its perfect state. Do you accept this? Jesus is standing on the water, coming out to me. Come out to me, he says. And the real question is, are you looking at the waves? It's not what you should be doing. It's what you do. It's only what is. So there's more that can always be said, but only when it's revealed to you by reading, by doing. I think I posted in the description to the last video that I'd like to put the links in the description. But make sure you get yourself some connected to a missal. Get the daily readings. Be able to sit and think about them. And thanks be to God, there's so many priests in so many different media that will give you a connected, a united, an apostolic, a central connected message related to those readings. And I can tell you that in line with being one, he will communicate with you. Look up something about Lectio Divina. He will communicate with you, but you have to accept it totally. You can't just say, I'm only going to follow these commandments because the other ones are just too hard. You have to accept total death. And if you've been baptized, you just have to renew those baptismal promises. They are a rite of exorcism. You're dunked. If you look at any ordination, or priest or deacon, and that base is on the marble, they're dead. What rises is Christ. That's why we recite the Litany of Saints. It's one reason. We're asking them to pray for all of us. But to be an ultimate sacrifice with your face on the marble. It's what rises is Christ. It's not us. It's not them.